Krówki is one of the most popular Polish confections and is sold worldwide. The term means little cows, but today we will be big cows as we munch some new snacks with reckless abandon and ask, "You tried it?" You Tried Dat. I'm Nick Norwick with my pal Shad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
Is that how you pronounce this? Krówki?
Yeah, I looked it up. Yes.
Oh boy, because
it is spelled
Krowka.
Yeah, Krowka. And I did like the old type in and listen to it, and it's Polish. Two of these snacks today are Polish.
Was this snack the inspiration for Officer Krupke from West Side Story? Okay.
Officer Krupke is a nice.
I was going to make
reference.
a Krupke joke, and I didn't think you guys would even know what I was talking about.
Well, it's spelled. So, it's spelled Krowka, Officer Krowka, but pronounced Krupke.
Well, in West Side Story, it was also pronounced Officer Krowka, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Moving on.
Good. Got that cleared up. Now, guys, we spend a lot of time this podcast talking about mythological creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Bigfoot.
Yep.
Behemoth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Loch Ness.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. So,
Dick Geiger. Oh, wait, he's real.
So I was reading a little bit about mythical creatures, and the most popular ones in Ohio. For some reason, I guess each state has its own, and Ohio has many mythical creatures. Now I'm going to read you these two creatures who are oft seen in Ohio. You tell me which one to you seems more disturbing, right? That you'd least like to run into.
I was born in Ohio, so maybe I've seen these creatures before.
You may have, right?
Yeah.
The first one's called Orange Eyes. Does that ring a bell?
No.
It says Orange Eyes is one of the more terror-inducing monsters that you can find in Ohio. He's reported to be 11 feet tall.
Ooh.
And he lurks near Mansfield, Ohio. Yeah, I don't know how you don't see.
Yeah.
Is it just Zydrunas Ogauskas, maybe? Just like hanging out?
Stealthy 11-footer just blends into the background.
Right. The 1,000-pound hominid was spotted last in 1991.
1,000 pounds?
Yeah.
Damn, son.
We know 7-foot people live in the world today, and they're only maybe 350 pounds.
Well, I mean, look, it's less than 100 pounds a foot, so that's pretty good.
Sure, I guess. Yeah. Checked out.
It appeared to two fishermen before retreating into nearby woods.
Mm-hmm.
And then some believe that Orange Eyes may actually be alien. Why do you think that might be? Before I tell you why.
Because the eyes are orange.
He's 11 feet tall.
Yeah, well, good guesses.
Yeah, right.
Because he gave them anal probes.
Wait, is it because he came into the country illegally?
Right. It says some believe he's actually alien due to the fact that a green beam and UFO were spotted in the area.
Some might think he's an alien because they saw an alien spacecraft land on Earth and birth him.
All right, so he's 11 feet tall, 1,000 pounds.
Orange eyes, I assume.
Hard to find. All right, and he's going up against the Crosswick Monster.
All right, that's a fun name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it says he hasn't been spotted in nearly 200 years, but the legend is still told, right? So,
okay,
sure,
this is certainly true.
Was eaten by Orange Eyes, maybe.
Yeah, right. 13 feet tall.
According to the reports, two young boys were playing on the banks of a small creek when they were startled by a massive snake-like creature. The monster sprouted arms and snatched one of the boys, dragging him 100 yards to a massive sycamore tree that was its den. All right. It was a gigantic tree. And so then all the townspeople came and chopped through the tree to get this monster out. And the men noted that it was 12 to 14 feet tall. Okay, so he's one-upping Orange Eyes. Right?
Right.
Wait, but it's a snake, so is it 12 to 14 feet long, or is it just like the fattest, like shortest snake of all time?
One of the many issues with with the coming description.
Okay.
So the monster escaped the men and crashed through a nearby fence and ran into a cavern. So here's the exact quoted description from the man.
Mm-hmm.
It is 30 to 40 feet long, 12 to 14 feet tall when erect.
Whoa. Standing on his own dick?
And boy, let me tell you about the load on this thing.
Because it then says, comma, 16 inches in diameter. So what? Because you don't describe a monster as its diameter, right?
Wait, but only 16 inches in diameter? Wow, this thing's a real grower, not a shower.
I'm having a hard time even figuring out the proportions of this animal. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. What was this called? The Bucca Creek Monster? Was that it?
Bulbous testicles.
Legs 4 feet long. So it is a snake-like creature. It has legs.
Mm-hmm.
It is covered with scales like a lizard's, of black and white color with large yellow spots. It sounds like this fucking guy's just making shit up.
Oh, yeah?
As he goes.
You think?
Those weren't legs, dude. Those were pubes. I got news for you.
The head is also 16 inches wide.
Mm-hmm.
It has a long forked tongue.
Which one?
And a mouth inside. Right. And it does say that is one of the more legitimate claims because it was seen by 60 men. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So which one of these sounds a little more terrifying to you?
I mean...
So our choices are 11-foot tall alien or 3.5 mile long cock.
Right. A 3.5 mile long sentient cock with a forked tongue who chases little boys on the beach.
Right.
Yeah. Alien. Yeah. The second one sounds like it could be a good time.
I mean, really, the only proof he was an alien was his alien spacecraft. Besides that,
I mean, he could have got that from the spacecraft rental. You know what I mean? Like, he could be fronting.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they said that the only proof the second one was a monster was its monstrous ropes that it shot on its thing. They came out in green beams.
This 30-foot lizard lives in a tree? How big is this tree? This is like a great redwood in the middle of Ohio.
So it did say sycamore. It says, I skipped over that part. It says the 26-foot diameter tree.
Oh.
So
the tree is part of it?
No, it's its home.
Oh, gotcha.
And these 60 dudes came and chopped through this 26-foot.
Okay.
This tree's got to be like 10,000 years old, and they're just like, see ya, bitch.
Yeah. How many? Also, like, I don't know a whole lot about being a lumberman, right? A lumberjack, even. I don't even know the word. I don't know how 60 guys can chop down a tree at once. Like, how big around is this thing?
Well, it's 26 feet. It's 26 feet long. It's literally
hitting each other with the axe every time they go by. Like,
an impossibly long tree.
Why didn't they just go in the entrance to the den? I mean, this thing just doesn't like morph through the tree. There's got to be like a doorway it goes in. But this tree has like seen like ice ages and like earthquakes and stuff, and then falls to 60 fucking redneck yokels that came with axes, chasing a giant lizard cock.
So you're saying no one has seen the Loch Ness Monster for 200 years? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
So you're thinking maybe they made it up or no?
Well, I guess I'm less afraid of that one because it's probably dead.
Yeah, hasn't shown its face around in a while.
Yeah. Meanwhile, like Orange Eyes is like hanging out at Cedar Falls or whatever, just like grabbing people out of the roller coaster and shit. That's 11 feet arms. Cedar Point.
Do you remember when did you live in Ohio, Chad? At what age?
Until I was 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that you might have been the type of prey for Crosswick.
Yeah, and I mean, we had like a forest. You know, our backyard opened up to like a forest, which probably had a creek in it. So, you know, I mean, I'm sure that like I had many encounters with this thing, and you know,
you're sure?
I remember, because
Be a pretty weird memory to forget, I gotta be honest.
I remember one time I came home like covered in mud and like dragged mud all through the house, and my mom was super pissed. Like, why'd you bring mud in the house? And I'm like, oh, this isn't mud. This is Crosswick blew ropes all over me. So, you can't be mad at me. It wasn't my fault. And she bought it.
Your dad and 59 of his friends went and bought axes and went off into the forest?
Yeah, my dad with an axe is fucking scientist nerd. He just never picked up an axe in his life.
So not only did these guys who cut down the tree do that, but they all had to buy axes.
Well, they didn't own one, probably.
Rush to the hardware store. 60 men, one in a line, one at a time.
True Value is just out in the street. Like, did you hear about the monster? I think there's 8 of them. Sale on axes and cum guards.
They better hope there's no Crosswick sightings when there's like supply chain issues on the axes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, fuck, we're on axes.
Monster, what was he like? He was a big old cock. I don't know. He was doing it that
way. It had 40-foot veins. Chad, when you lived in Ohio, did you ever eat Skyline chili?
No, I mean, like, yeah, I was like too young to eat anything but just fucking mac and cheese, basically.
So not much has changed.
Yeah, actually, I live in Ohio today. Yeah, but
I always heard of it as being revolting.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I like all that, the kind of like that's where my love of Steak and Shake came from, was because we used to go to Steak and Shake all the time as a kid, and they have those kind of like chili 5-way, like all those kinds of dishes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sadly, there was a Steak and Shake that opened up out here actually, like maybe 3-4 years ago, and it closed after like 6 months. And like all the Yelp reviews were like, "This place sucks," and I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so." I like it, but yeah, it sucks.
What do you call 4 Ohio guys with axes going in to find Crosswick in the winter? It's called the Chili 5-way.
Hoo boy.
Hardware guy, where do you think he lives? In the Ice Age tree. I don't know.
That big glowing 40-foot tree. That's the only structure in the state that can hold him.
Hardware store guy's like, hey, my neighbor's tree is kind of like encroaching on my yard. I think I saw Crosswick in there. Can you guys go take care of it?
The local high school teams, the Crosswicks or whatever the fuck that's their mascot.
Crosswicks?
I don't know what
the name of the town is Crosswick.
Yeah. Well, I would assume. What else would his name be? Crosswick.
Yeah, where's that? What's the origin of the name Crosswick?
Territory lies Crosswick, home of the Crosswick Monster.
Oh, okay. They didn't want to just. They were like, "What is that? It's a giant cross-shaped dick." What? I'm in Crosswick. Crosswick. Let's call it Crosswick.
Oh, all right. Let's eat some snacks. We've got 3 snacks. We rate them on a 5-point scale. I love that, like that, indifferent to that, dislike that, and hate that. Let's start with the sesame snacks. This is company of E. Weddle Sesame Snacks, and AHA is the name of these snacks. AHA. Now these are also Polish. Company is out of Poland. There's a pack of 3, and they are flat. It almost looks like a townhouse cracker in size, but it is kind of a glazed set of sesame all stuck together.
It's what I imagine a bird feeder tasting like.
Why do you keep making us try? Why does anyone keep making me try these sesame snacks? Like, I feel like we've done like 5 or 6 sesame bars. Oh, God, they're all the same. Yeah.
This one seems to have a weirder. It's like stickier.
It's much sweeter. Yeah.
And I don't know, due to not being able to read the package, what it is stuck together with.
It's just weird that it seems like all these sesame snacks are exactly the same. No one's done anything different with them. No one's covered them in chocolate. No one's like put Skyline chili on them. No one's done anything different. It's just the same, like glued together sesame seeds.
It was my 11-foot tall sesame stick. That's what I want. You know how I knew he was an alien? He liked sesame sticks. That's how I could tell.
The cross stick bandit. I don't know the fuck we're calling it. Penis. Probably not the cross stick penis. That's not what they called it.
No, that's not the name of it.
Okay, so I'm going to call myself
the cross dick penis. Is that the name of it?
The cross stick. I said sesame stick.
Oh.
The old cock hog dick. That's what we're going to call it.
What should we call this monster? The cross stick penis wanger. I don't know.
I was thinking 8th graders now the town editor.
Does this monster like roar when it's coming at you? No, it just goes, I'm gonna nut! That's the sound it makes.
Oh boy. I'll say of all these sesame snacks, I think I like this one a little bit better than the others, and it is just because it's sweet. Like, what I haven't liked about the other sesame ones is that it's just been all sesame seeds, and I don't mind sesame seeds in and of themselves, but when like all like baked together into a bar, they just tend to be kind of bitter and like burnt tasting. But this one covers a lot of that up with some sugary glaze. Unfortunately, it's still just a sugary glaze. It's not necessarily like all that great. So I don't hate it. I'd charitably give it an indifferent. It's fine, but it's not like good, and I wouldn't want to eat it again.
Okay, Jed.
I do agree with you that I think this is better than a lot of the other ones that we've eaten. That touch of sweetness is kind of nice, but the same core kind of like underlying problem remains, which is just so fucking dry. It's so dry, and it's like after every bite, I'm having to take like swigs of water or whatever just to like chew this thing down. It's like taking medicine or whatever. Like you need water to help swallow it. It's just not fun to eat. I mean, the flavor's okay, but like, why can't they do something, to make it a little less dry? Like you said, some chocolate or something. I don't know. Just douche it in milk. I don't know what it would be, but something. But anyways, to me, I'm just going to slide this into a dislike, Dad.
Okay. I'm going to place it firmly in dislike. There's no sliding here. I actually think this is a little worse than some of the snacks we've had. That sweetness, I agree, is different and adds something, or is an addition. But I think that sweetness isn't good either. So I just think it's kind of making it taste even a little worse than the other one. So I'm going to give it a kind of middle to low dislike. So we've got an indifferent and 2 dislikes for the AHA. Let's next move to the Efrutti Hot Dog. So, no one's been looking forward to this.
Yeah, I thought you were going to save this one for the denouement.
Efrutti. I usually like to put something that has a shot to win at the end. So this is a little mini gummy hot dog. And you can remove the hot dog from the bun. Place it back in. It's kind of fun.
That is fun.
Let's see if they taste different. Probably not.
It's got some like mustard, quote unquote, relish and ketchup on it.
Are we supposed to have different flavors? Like the relish is lime or ketchup is cherry or something? Or am I overthinking this?
We once did a like SpongeBob gummy burger.
Yeah. And
this is sort of similar.
In that it's like a gummy of an actual food that I would rather be eating, yeah.
You'd rather be eating a hot dog right now?
Yeah, I fucking love hot dogs, dude. Hot dogs rule.
Okay, fair.
I mean, I'll take a brat over a hot dog any day, but...
Right.
Chad, what do you think of this thing?
I think this is better than the SpongeBob gummy burger. I remember thinking that was really nasty. I do like some gummy candies sometimes. I'm not the biggest gummy fan, but some of them can be pretty good. Gummy worms, gummy bears, those kinds of things. This one, there's not really like a lot of discernible flavor there. I don't know if these different relish, ketchup, whatever are supposed to have different flavors. I don't think they do. It just is sort of like this generic. It's actually not a very strong flavor. It's actually a little mild. It's not as sweet as I kind of thought it would be. My biggest problem is it's like you kind of have to like rip at it. You know what I mean? Like it's a little tougher than I want from a gummy, a little more chewy. this thing's fine. Like, whatever about this thing. I have no opinions really about it, so I'm going to give it an indifferent to that.
Okay. I'm a big gummy fan in general. There's many gummies I would give Love Dads to.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't a top quality gummy, but it's also
it's
also not awful. It's not. It's not like there's some gummies that are very fruit snack like, and I think this at least has a bit over those. I agree with Chad that it needs a stronger flavor. I would like a more pronounced flavor to these different colors, but I kind of enjoy it. I think I could eat another one. I'm going to give it a low level like that.
Wow.
Geiger, what do you think?
I actually was going to say, I feel like it's kind of a cross between a fruit snack and a gummy. There's like the gummy parts are like the ketchup and relish that tasted more like tart. And then the bun and some of the dog itself was a little more muted and sweet, almost like a fruit snack.
So you think there were different flavors between the different parts?
Not necessarily flavors. I just thought some of it, like there was something a little more tart about it than like all the tart stuff was just tart and all the sweet stuff was sweet, if that made sense. So,
okay.
I don't know. It was fine. I mean, I'm not a huge gummy freak, but it was okay. I think I'm just going to do another indifferent. I like gummies fine, and if they were like just laying out at a party, if there was just like a bowl full of mini gummy hot dogs, I would eat some. But I would never go out of my way to get any of these. I don't understand like why someone would. So just indifferent down the road for me.
So you shit on this, Novak, but it might actually win now.
Yeah,
sure. It's a like and two indifference. We have actually had winners with lower scores than that, so it definitely could take the day. But there is one snack left, the Milk Fudge, that looks to be on paper the best. So we'll see if it can pull it off. But right now it's segment time. Chad.
All right. So look, I made a crack a couple months back when we did a potato Snackmore that we would never stoop so low to do a French fry mount Snackmore. And well, look, the fans have demanded it. Okay, the feedback has been coming in. People want us to do the French fry mount Snackmore. And by people, I mean me. I'm the one that wants to do it. So we are going to do a French fry mount Snackmore. We're going to rank 10 types of French fries. Now, there's more than 10 types, and I didn't include like there's, if you look at a lot of lists of French fry types, they'll have things like garlic fries, cheese fries, chili cheese fries, those kinds of things. I didn't include those because it's just taking a regular fry. Like, I'm more concerned about what is the best fry shape, fry delivery mechanism. And also I want to say a lot of lists included tater tots, which I would rank above every French fry, but we kind of litigated this with the potato ranking. So I decided to leave that out. Okay. So here are our 10 types of French fries in no particular order. First, we've got your standard French fry, right? Like, that's just your basic French fry that you get at, say, I don't know, McDonald's or something like that. That sort of size and shape. So standard. Then we've got the crinkle cut French fry. We've got waffle cut, curly fries, shoestring fries. So, of course, those are very long and thin. Not to be confused with the next one on the list, which is matchstick fries. So those are similar to shoestring, but they're much shorter and usually a lot crispier. Then we've got steak fries, the big fat ones. We've got potato wedges. So like big wedges that are sort of like even bigger than steak fries, right? Like maybe like a quarter of a potato, something like that. Cottage fries. Do you guys know what cottage fries are? They're also sometimes called home fries. They're sort of like just a big disc, almost like a cross section of the potato, like a big circular disc that'll be deep fried. And finally, sweet potato fries.
You're going to go first, right?
That's right. So I've got my ranking here. So starting at the bottom, I'm actually going to go with matchstick. And following that up at number 9, I'm going to go shoestring. So I don't like these super, super thin French fries. They just don't really do it for me. I put shoestring just above matchstick because at least there's a little bit more potato there with it being longer. But really, I want to taste the potato. I don't want to just taste the fry and the breading. Number 8, I've got cottage fries. I think I've only ever had cottage fries once, but that almost the pendulum has swung too far. Like, that's too much potato there. Just kind of big and unwieldy. Number 7, I've got sweet potato. I actually used to love sweet potato fries and almost prefer them in a lot of senses to regular French fries. But over the years, they've kind of fallen out of favor for me. I think in general, they just they don't crisp up as nicely. They maybe sometimes taste a little stale. Number 6, I've got potato wedges. Now we're getting into the ones where I'm like, all right, I'm pretty happy with all of these options. Number 5, I've got steak fries. I feel like a lot of people don't like steak fries. I think they're generally unpopular, but to me, I actually really like steak fries, especially, when paired with like a steak at a steakhouse or something like that. They can be really, really good. Number 4, I'm going standard fry. This is maybe a little lower than a lot of people would have it, but I think some of these other fry varietals just beat out the standard fry for a lot of reasons. Number 3, I'm going curly fry. I really like curly fries a lot, but sometimes the seasoning can be just a little too spicy on some of them. So that's why I have them down at number 3. Number 2, I'm going crinkle fry. It's everything that a standard fry has, but it's a lot more fun, right? So for the same reason that I like sort of like crinkle chips, like Ruffles over like a Lay's, right? You just sort of get like more surface area for flavor and salt, and it's just sort of a more fun thing to eat. So that's why I like crinkle fries over standard fries. But number 1, the absolute best, in my opinion, French fry. I think they're perfect for dipping in things. They hold cheese great. They've just got a great flavor. And because of their shape, they have so much little like crispy bits, but also like a nice balance of potato. And for me, that's the waffle fry. If I see waffle fries on a menu, I will order that all the time. I think it's actually far and away the best type of French fry.
Wow.
So that's my ranking. Who is up?
Yeah, I can go. So you'll notice a theme through mine, and that is I like fries, but I don't necessarily love like a lot of potato in them. Like I like the fry, I like the crunch, I like that.
You're kind of the opposite of me.
Yeah. So number 10 is wedges. And my problem with, I think, the more potatoey versions is that the thicker the potato, the more likely they are to be cooked wrong and like hard. And I hate like hard potato. It's one of the like, I don't know if it's just a texture thing, but it skews me out. So wedges are lower because there's just so much potato in like to coating ratio.
So you don't like the Crosswick tree fry?
I don't love the Crosswick tree fry. I don't love the Crosswick cross section. It's just way too much. It's a pain in the ass climbing 26 feet up in the air to get my fries.
Sweet potato fries are kind of the orange eyes of the French fry, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can tell they're fries because the fryer's right nearby. The green beam just shoots them out. Number 9, same kind of general concept as cottage fries. So my grandma actually made a pretty good cottage fry, like a fried potato disc, and I did like those. But I've had them a few times other than hers, and I did not like them that much. So they're number 9. So along those same lines, then number 8, unfortunately, Chad, I do have waffle fry. So again, it's just a lot of potato.
Always tanking my shit.
I know. Well, it's because you have weird taste.
Okay.
No, it's just a lot of potato. It's a lot of like starch, and I like and you are correct in that they're better than the others because they have more like crispy nooks and crannies and stuff. But I'm also not a huge I've gotten more into dipping my fries in ketchup, but I never used to do it ever. I do like if they have like the aioli or like mayonnaise. I like dipping them in mayo and stuff. But anyway, so waffle fries are good for that, but I'm not a huge fan. 7 are shoestring. I don't know if I've ever really had shoestring. Like they're just long. You said they're just long, thin fries, which I think I would like.
Get them like at French restaurants a lot, I feel like.
Oh, okay. That would explain it. I've been to Le McDonald's a bunch, but other than that, I haven't been to too many. So I'll put them at 7. 6, steak fries, same thing. It's kind of like probably the best mix of the big potato with still like a crispy edge. And I don't mind steak fries, but it's just a lot of potato. 5, sweet potato fries. The top 5 I all like pretty much. So it got a lot tougher to the top. I like sweet potato fries a lot. I think it's a good shake up. They tend to be a little soggier, at least in the ones I've had, than regular fries. So, again, I like kind of fries for the crunch, but I like sweet potatoes a lot. And every once in a while, I'll get the sweet potato fries to shake it up. Number 4, matchstick fries. I like that they're kind of that short, crispy, like salty, like almost like crunchy fry. I like that a lot. I think those are good. 3, curly fries, really almost entirely on the basis of Arby's. I think that's the only time I've had curly fries, really. And I love Arby's curly fries. They're terrible for you. The beef is terrible. Everything at Arby's is terrible for you. Mm-hmm. But I love those like super fried seasoned curly fries at Arby's. 2, I will go standard fry. It's tough because I think like a well-made, like fresh McDonald's fry might be my favorite fry.
Wow.
But overall, but you have to take all of them into consideration, and overall, they probably aren't as good, consistently good to me as crinkle cut fries. Crinkle cut fries to me are a little bit of Beth of Both Worlds, where you do get a little bit of the potato, which, but not so much like a steak fry or the other ones like I was talking about. They do have the ridges you can catch dip on, and they are like usually very salty and very like crunchy. When you go to like Culver's and get like they have the crinkle cut fries, they are awesome. I just really like that kind of preparation of French fry. So that's my standings, fellas.
All right, November.
All right,
take us home.
All right, I'm putting sweet potato fries last. I think it's a crime to fries.
Okay, a crime to fries. Huh?
Crime to fries. I just think a regular fry is so much better. I'm putting cottage. To me, it's barely like, I know it is a fry technically, but it doesn't have like a very fry feel. It's almost feels like something that you'd eat at breakfast or something. At 8, I'm putting shoestring. Chad, would you say like the fries at Steak and Shake might be like considered like a shoestring type of fry? Is that they're very thin?
Yeah.
It may not be exactly, but I was never a big fan of them.
Yeah.
7, I'm putting Matchstick. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think of a place what I would have had Matchstick fries. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't had them. So
I've only ever had them at like fancy restaurant kind of places. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know if there's like a chain that has them or whatever.
6, I'm putting Wedges. I think Wedges can be pretty good, like if you get some seasoned Wedges. But it's going to go with steak fries, which I'm putting 5. I think those two belong together because, as mentioned before, it's a lot of potato. It's heavy on the potato. And they still can be made good. Like we all worked at a restaurant where they served steak fries.
Yeah.
And they put cheese and things on top of those that I think made them good.
Yeah.
Right. So I think the steak fries require too much additional to really enjoy them a lot.
Got it.
4th, I'm going to put waffle. I do like a waffle fry. I think it's only 4th due to the strength of the top 3. I think a waffle fry is very tasty. 3, I'm putting standard. A standard fry, as what you said was right, that the best fry in the world might be a standard fry. But there are many times that I've had them that they weren't great. Whereas these top 2 are a little more consistent. Number 2, I'm putting crinkle fries. I think they're usually almost always good. But number 1, I really get up for a curly fry. All right.
Okay. The short and curly fry.
I think any chance I have to order a curly fry, I will take it. I think they're great. I like that there's varying consistency there, where you get the one that's like kind of all smushed together, and then you get some of the ones that are stretched out a bit more. And I've had them without the seasoning on them. I have had just a standardly seasoned curly fry.
That's true. I have two now that I think about it. Yeah.
And those aren't as good, but like a lot of times you get them, they tend to have the seasoning, and the seasoning is outstanding. So for me, that curly fry is one.
The seasoning is outstanding. Chef's kiss.
So there was actually
Hold on,
a lot more.
What about the 11-foot tall orange fries? Is that one on here?
Mm-hmm. No, it's not.
No, honorable mention.
What was the name of the cock monster? Crosswick.
What was the name of the cock monster?
There's also no there's also no Chris Crosswick fries. Anyway,
Chris Crosswick.
Okay, so there's actually a lot more agreement here than I think we've had in many of our past Snackmores.
Yeah.
Especially like couple chunks were pretty similar. So that's good. Okay, so last place here with 26 points is the cottage fry. Then in 9th place with 24 points is shoestring. We have a tie for 7th and 8th with 22 points between Wedges and Sweet Potato Fries. And then the other one, sort of like on our bottom 5 at 6th place, 21 points, is Matchstick. So that was like sort of a grouping that pretty much all of us, except for Geiger, kind of liking Matchstick fries. All of us sort of like put those near the bottom. Okay, and then this other 5 were like all of us kind of had them near the top, except for Geiger not liking waffle. But
Crazy Horse.
Yeah, so our Crazy Horse position here at 16 points is Steak Fries. Our Mount Frymore here, thank goodness it made it. 13 points in 4th place is the Waffle Fry. Despite Geiger's efforts to tank it, it deservedly is on the Snackmore, so that's good. 3rd place with 9 points is the Standard Fry. 2nd place with 7 points is the Curly Fry. And in 1st place, Geiger's favorite, Novak and my 2nd favorite with 5 points is the Crinkle Fry in the Washington position. I think it's a deserved ranking. Crinkle Fry, I feel like, is maybe even... I love Waffle Fry, but even sometimes you get a couple stuck together. Kind of sucks. I feel like Crinkle is like maybe the most consistently... Like, I don't know if I've ever had bad Crinkle Fries.
Yeah, right.
So that is our Mount Frymore, a.k.a. French Fry Mount Snackmore.
Crinkle Fry is the top fry. That is canon. Mm-hmm. Let's move on to the final snack, the Krowka Milk Fudge. And so the way it was described was that when I was reading about this candy, very popular, not this particular brand necessarily, but it's a popular type of confection in Poland where the outside is supposed to be a bit chewier and harder and then the inside softer. So if you break it open with your hand, you can see like a gooey-ish type of center.
Looks weird in the middle.
Yeah.
It's interesting because this is kind of like a snack where you look at it and you expect it to be like a hard candy, right? Like maybe like a toffee or like a Werther's or, Tootsie Roll, some kind of consistency like that. You can just bite straight through this thing. Mm-hmm. It is like very soft.
Well, I guess I also expect when it says milk fudge that it'll taste like chocolate.
Yeah.
And it doesn't at all. It tastes like honey or caramel, or what am I tasting?
Well, but there's
there's
lots of types of fudge.
Dulce de leche.
Yeah, if you go to like a fudge shop, you can get like peanut butter fudge, that's just like peanut butter flavored. So I don't know if
you're right.
Fudge necessarily requires chocolate, although you're right, it does kind of imply it.
Maybe not in Poland. I don't know. I mean, it might be my American sensibilities expecting to see chocolate in there.
The hell was that?
I don't know. You just dropped your socket wrench there.
I'm in my fucking garage and I'm surrounded by shit. I think I just kicked a ruler or something.
Mm-hmm. Who knocked that over behind you? Turn around. It's Crosswick.
Crosswick is not fitting in my garage.
You have a 26-foot tall garage.
Especially with these stacks of like baby toys and shit down here.
Remember me, who you said you definitely saw many times? Okay, I guess I'm going first. I was expecting to like this more than I did. Mostly because I've seen my wife gobbling these things up. So I've had to say, all right, hold back because I need to give some of these to Geiger still. Because it came in a pretty big bag. And they are, I don't know, like the size of like a oversized Jolly Rancher type of size. Pretty decently sized. It's a hard flavor to place, and it's not one that I love. There's nothing all that milky or fudgy about it. I don't like that the inside is... I thought that I'd like that the inside was a creamier inside, but I don't. I kind of wish that this was chewy. Like when I look at it, I think that it should be chewy, and so I'm kind of off put by that.
Interesting.
Unfortunately, I'm really surprised I'm doing this, but I'm going to give this a dislike dat.
Whoa.
I just don't like it that much. I do not want to eat another one. So, it's sad to say that the gummy hot dog was my favorite thing I ate today. But That's who I am. So,
but I'm a piece of shit. So
right. So it's going to have a difficult road to get ahead of the hot dog, but there's still a path. Geiger.
Path is closed. This thing sucks. I don't know why look, your wife is lovely, Novak, but her eating a lot of something is not an indicator of quality. Okay, we all know her by now. Mm-hmm. She loved those ginger shoes, and those are terrible.
Yeah, well, Chad's wife loves those too.
Well, no, I'm not.
But Laura's nickname was like Scraps for many years, right? Because she would just eat any shit that was in front of her, basically.
Yeah, she'll eat anything off our plate. She still does that.
So I don't like this thing at all. It doesn't taste good. It's just generically sweet. I don't
that's
enjoy.
Why you like it, huh?
Yeah, it's other than it's the taste. It's just too sweet. And it's just I don't know. The consistency is okay. It's like that cruddy, like chewy caramel flavor, but I don't love caramel. And I think that's ultimately what I think I'm tasting, like a honey caramel. And I don't like that flavor. It's not enough for a hate that. It's innocuous enough that I think I could just put it as a solid dislike, but I have no interest in even finishing the small one. And I'll eat almost anything to completion.
Okay. So.
Yeah, girl.
Wow.
That's right, baby.
Whether vagina or Crosswick, I will eat it to completion.
Oh God, I gotta eat him to completion? No, disconnect my jaw from my body.
Okay, so Chad, do we have an unwelcome visitor?
This giant sequoia survived ice ages, and then it met Geiger's jaw. Actually, I think my brother David, maybe he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in those woods behind our house back in Cincinnati, I think he went in and he sat on a beehive one time, got stung to shit.
There was a beehive on the ground.
I guess, yeah. I don't, or maybe, yeah. He climbed up into a giant sequoia and sat in a beehive. Yeah, and he I think he's allergic to bee stings because of that or something. I don't know. I'll get a text from him.
That's only a story that could pertain to your brother.
He just sat on it and stung up his ass or something?
Because I think he got stung 20 or 30 times or something.
Good grief.
Sitting on a beehive. But I do remember he came in and my mom's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Did you sit on a beehive? And he's like, no, Crosswick. That's all he said, and gave her a knowing wink. And she's like, oh, okay.
What's wrong with your gaping ass? I sat on a beehive.
And your mom was like, oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, that's our story.
To me, it's interesting to hear you guys talk about this thing. To me, actually, the consistency of this for me is an A+. I really like this consistency, and it's kind of like a candy that I haven't really tried before. I thought it was sort of really fun to eat. It was I don't like those super hard candies I've talked about, and this one was sort of a pleasant surprise in that sense. But I agree with you guys that the flavor of this thing doesn't work. I don't think it's caramel that they're trying for. I don't know what it is that they're trying for. Maybe there's a little hint of honey there. I don't taste any really milk.
Wikipedia says it's triple D.
What is?
The flavor.
Dulce Delet. Oh, wait, what's triple D?
Yeah. Oh, Trey Lages.
Oh.
Yeah, Trey Lages.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, what? You pricked my ears up with that.
Wikipedia says it's double D. Oh, no, wait, this isn't Wikipedia. It's Pornhub. Sorry.
Officer Krupke taught a lesson.
I searched for Milk Fudge on Pornhub, and, well, I got what I deserved.
Officer Krupke fixes the cable.
So I'm going to give this, some points because I do like the consistency, but I don't like the flavor. That's going to cancel it out. To me, this is an indifferent to that. It's actually probably my favorite thing that I ate today. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go back and eat any more of these.
All right. So the winner today is the Efrutti Hot Dog.
Geiger, did you like the hot dog more than the sesame stick? Because you gave both indifference.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did, sadly. So, yep, we're garbage humans. Go out and eat a gummy-shaped or a hot dog-shaped piece of gummy candy. Fucking assholes.
I liked it.
It was fun.
Novak's waiting for a gummy version of Handy Snacks that he could just like spread gummy across another gummy.
All right, Geiger, where can listeners contact us?
Geiger's waiting for a gummy version of Crosswick. That's what he's.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. 11 feet tall gummy. 1,000 pounds.
12-inch diameter or whatever weird measurement that guy gave.
Delivered by UFO.
2 foot girth.
So yeah, if you saw Orange Eyes roaming the countryside inconspicuously at 11 feet tall and 1,000 pounds and orange eyes and a hovering UFO above it, if you've seen Crosswick and his girthy manhood, which again was...
Wait, is Crosswick... Let's clarify something. Is Crosswick a penis? Or does he have a penis?
Well, because you said he had legs, so I assume he's a thing besides penis.
The legs are pubes. We had established that.
Okay. So it's a snake. It has a face and eyes and tongue and mouth of a snake, but it is a penis. And then it has
no balls though.
Cube legs
that walks on its pubic hair.
Walks on its pubic hair. We really added the old legend of Crosswick, but I'm not sure it's better. You should update the Wikipedia
You're not
page.
Sure.
Did we improve upon the myth? If you've happened across a 26-foot tall sycamore tree with ineffectual axe marks on it, just don't go near it. There's probably a heaving, lurking, rabid penis living inside it. If you like gummy hot dogs, or if you liked any of the other snacks we had today, if you didn't like them, if you have thoughts on French fries, all kinds of stuff we can cover today, you can reach us at youtrydat@gmail.com, hashtag YouTriedIt on Twitter. We have a You Tried Dat group on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We are on Instagram. We're everywhere, guys. You can't avoid us. We're inevitable. And please
Can't
let
miss us. It's like we're the 11-foot tall, 1,000-pound podcast.
Actually, if you add us up, give me a couple more weeks, I'll be contributing to 1,000 pounds. Let us know what you think of the podcast. Let us know what you think of our ratings, suggest snacks, all that good stuff. Tell your friends and family. And as always, thanks for listening.
Okay, so of the popular, not counting Crosswick and Orange Eyes, popular mythical creatures, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's Bigfoot, Behemoth,
right?
There's Loch Ness, Sasquatch, like mermaid, griffin,
mermaid.
It's mythical creature. Yeah.
Merman,
Ethel Merman.
Who sort of in a battle royal do you give the nod to?
Is the battle taking place on land or in water? Because then I can eliminate
Loch
one of
Ness
them.
might be hard to beat.
Drowning Bigfoot.
On land, with Bigfoot's ability to like windmill his arms and throw rocks at people, he might have a decided advantage. But Loch Ness is huge. Isn't Loch Ness essentially a dinosaur that lives in the water?
Yeah,
pretty hard to beat.
Yeah, it's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
Gonna fuck you up.
I definitely. I do think if you did it, I don't think any of them are nearly as frightening as Crosswick, though.
No,
I don't know. What is Loch Ness girth? That's what I need to know.
No, does like a vampire count as a mythical creature? Those could be difficult to defeat.
I wouldn't list vampires mythological.
Hasn't there been vampire sightings? Like in Transylvania and stuff?
What about like troll or elf or something? Or are those two like Lord of the Ringsy?
What about troll? Not enough people are asking these days. Are you talking about like an internet troll or like an actual one?
Yeah, that's not mythical.
like 4chan versus Loch Ness Monster.
Well, look, Loch Ness Monster is an ancient dinosaur, but 4chan likes to talk about anime, so it's kind
of a water-breathing dragon or Dragon Ball Z. You pick.
All right, so hashtag what about elf?
An elf.
What counts as mythological? Like when you say mythological creature for real, they're creatures like the griffin, right? Am I right? And like these,
or like Zeus or something.
Any creature like the
Zeus is a mythological creature.
Yeah, he's not a creature. He's supposed to be the god. Isn't he?
All right, like Medusa or something. Yeah, or like
a centaur,
Kraken.
The Kraken, right? What else would there be? Like a Cyclops was a mythological creature, not the X-Man, the other one.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
All right, we can cut this, but I'm going to look them up. All right, here's a few. Dragon. You said Cyclops. Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
Minotaur.
Yours Atar.
Chimera. What's the chimera?
Chimera.
What is that?
I only know these from like being Final Fantasy villains or whatever. Like
For chimera. Cerebus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Hydra.
like a 6-headed dog or something.
The Banshee. The Phoenix. The Werewolf. The Sphinx. I didn't know the Sphinx was supposed to be a creature.
Mythological. We've seen it, right? It's in Egypt.
Yeah, I've been there.
Pegasus,
yeah.
Goblin.
Mm-hmm. What about Troll?
Leprechaun and Gnome are on there. Gnome's Troll.
Leprechaun's mythological for sure. Unless you think he's real.
What about Lep in the Hood? Is that on there?
What about Gnome?
Valid point.
Yeah, what about Gnome? Gnome never getting any love, I feel like.
What's the difference between a gnome and an elf anyway? I don't understand. Like, are they the same genus?
I don't think.
What's the difference between a gnome and an elf? What kind of non-nerd are you? You don't know the difference between a gnome and an elf?
I do not.
Isn't gnome a lot closer to troll than elf?
Yeah, like elf is like gnomes are like short, right? Like but elves are like Legolas or whatever, right?
Oh, I was thinking more like Santa's elves are like really short.
That's okay.
Gnome, a small humanoid creature who lives and moves beneath the earth. There you go.
What about elf?
All right. Well, that'll do it. That'll do it for this time. We'll be back next time with 3 brand new snacks.
Juices.
Yep.